Hello everybody. Today I wanted to talk about why I'm starting to not like Buick all that much. And if you guys know from all my past Buick videos, brochure videos, and just me talking about it, there's really a few car brands that I really love. I mean, first and foremost, it's got to be that thing. It's got to be Lincoln from the old. I love those. I love the Cadillac, competitors, the DTS, the DeVille. I mean, I like other Lincolns too, not just the town car, but obviously that's the one that I got for myself to drive. There's Buick. Between Buick and Cadillac, depending on kind of the car or the era, there's different things that I like about all of them. But we're talking now the modern style. Now I think this is the 2018 Envision, I believe. Let's see, 17. Okay, 2017 Envision. It's at a dealership. It's probably a trade-in of some sort of, or a lease return, not 100% sure. But as you all know, Buick stopped making cars last year. I think their LaCrosse was like the last sedan. And now they're all making these crossovers. And, I'm not a business person when it comes to running a car manufacturing company. But I have some reservations about their long-term success outside China, which Chinese, for whatever reason, love them, but who knows why. So I want to talk about this because this is the way that the Buick brand is heading. And man, this car is a perfect example of what they're doing wrong. So check this out. So 2017 Envision. I mean, from the outside, it does look sharp. I don't know who is styling what anymore. I don't know if they're styling based on whatever Chinese people like. I don't know if they're trying to merge the two, like, give us a little bit of what Americans like, which are apparently crossovers, and give us whatever Chinese people like. All right, whatever. From the outside, I do think it looks sharp. From the side, from any kind of angle, they have their shield, although I could never understand when did they decide to do the color thing, because that's a 2017. I think by then they had the color, but maybe not. Maybe it's a little too early. But you have Buick, you have Envision, it's an all-wheel drive, it's nice color. You have, this is not the fully loaded one, so it's missing a few things, but anyway, it's a sharp looking car. You have these rims, all right, not bad. And then, a few chromey bits here and there. But this is where we're gonna see some of the problems. All right, they can't help themselves but to keep putting these. I'm kind of impartial to them being on the hood versus on the fender, but that's just my thing. I like the fog lights, so that's a good touch. The headlights, kind of nice. Let's dive inside, and this is where I'm going to point out a few things where I think there's going to be an issue for them going forward. So coming inside, it's not bad. This one has some sort of a loaner, body shop loaner, so who knows where they so Ray Latham, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler. Okay, so the person apparently owns a bunch of dealership. Okay, so nice little cheap Buick silk plate. Coming inside on the floor mats, you don't have anything stitched, just a black blob. So no attention to details there. Over here, you do have real stitching, but it's a fake inseam, and this is not leather, but so be it. You have this plasticky wood, okay, then you have something that feels like leather, but I'm questioning whether or not it is or not. So, okay, all right, so this overall, this is okay. I don't think these are power folding, at least not in this model, so because I'm pressing all these buttons and they don't do anything. All right, auto down on all four, auto up on the front too, memory seats. Okay, so far so good. And this is where we're gonna start going inside here, and this is, I think, where the biggest problem is. There doesn't seem to be a sense of quality or a sense of attention to detail in this vehicle. And this was the whole thing about Buick, You wanted to, that was the whole thing. You wanted to start off with a Chevy, then you wanted to move up to whatever the next one was. I know whatever the next brand, changed through time because they owned so many of them. But, whatever. You had a Chevy, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, and I think Buick and Oldsmobile, they traded places, which one was better than the other. Then you had the Cadillac on top. So looking at this Buick, what is it about it that makes me want to buy it or earn more money or go get some education so I can afford it over a Chevy or over just about any other vehicle? It doesn't even have to be from a GM. So check this out. So this, they're sticking to every single car these days. This panel, same thing. Cubby, same thing. Nothing special. All right, you have this little satin trim here with some more fake wood. Okay, questionable choice of material. But anyway, you have the piano black here. You have the clock. Now, this is the least quality thing I've ever seen. The clock itself is fine, but look at all this plastic that surrounds it. Look at this. So this is interesting. You'll have the parking sensor on off button, and then you have this blank panel. Now, I've seen pictures where there's some sort of buttons here for either safety system or some kind of other system. But come on, people. Don't do this. Don't give us a ton of blank stuff. You know, all this plastic, all this piano black. I know piano black is the next cool thing, which, let's see, can this thing be turned on? No, maybe not. Okay, it doesn't have the accessory on. Oh, maybe if I hold it? Wait, I just had it. Maybe I gotta press it and give it a second. Yeah, it's so cheap. Like, put a little chrome bit here. Make this a whole separate kind of element. But yeah, like the clock itself is okay, but geez, like this just looks cheap. Now, this is an older style system, but you know, I gotta give credit to GM, because I recently drove a 20 Chevy Spark with an updated system. Those systems are good. Like the way that you can project stuff. See Harold G. Nixon's iPhone, so whoever Harold G. Nixon was and drove this car. You know, these systems are okay, and I'm sorry you guys probably cannot see that. So, but their systems are fine. I don't remember what they're called, but system overall is fine. But look, you don't get a GPS. And, you know, this is probably a mid-range $40,000 vehicle. You don't get a GPS. You get this compass. Nice. All right, so right here, climate control, also kind of cheap looking. You know, I know it has the capacitive touch. I think that I see a button there for heated seat, but still, nothing inspiring. Look at all this. Look at all these blank things. You have traction control button here, but blank. Like, you couldn't figure out to put some sort of a button here. Even if this whole thing is a one giant button, you have to still split it up, because on other trims you have stuff, and here you can't figure out to cover it up. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything here is so basic and average. Okay, so this person obviously used their heated steering wheel, which is nice that it has, but look, the button gets erased. When will the manufacturers learn that painting plastic for your everyday use buttons get them erased? Like, look, this person obviously used cruise control and their finger erased the paint. That's what drives me nuts, where manufacturers just can't figure it out. Oh, okay, you have all your books, stuff in there. I wonder if there's a window sticker in there. I mean, but I'm guessing this is a 40-some thousand. Yep, look, right there. Am I right, 40,000? Yep, I think I'm right. Look at this. Check this out. So here they have a color badge, but on the car they don't. So it's a 17 Envision all-wheel drive Essence. Look, chili red metallic is option. That's it. That's the only option, is the paint. 40,890. Now that doesn't mean that that's how much the first person bought it for, but at the same time, look, the navigation system. All right, so I'm filming this on a day when it's so hot. I got a notice on my GoPro that it's too hot. It's like 95 degrees today, so it needs to relax. So I'm switching to a phone. Now, phones do overheat too, so I'm probably going to be wrapping this up. So look, 40,800 bucks. You get navigation for 3 months because it's part of this OnStar. When are they going to learn? Nobody wants OnStar. You know, if I want OnStar, I'll get it, but don't tie it with the navigation. Just give it to me. But nope, it's part of the whole XM stuff and their OnStar stuff, and yeah. So anyway, yep. So for 40,000, now there's so many different competitors, and I'm not even saying that Buick, you know, it does bad as far as their sales go, but in general, they're not separating themselves from the crowd. Now I hope, you know, that someday they're going to come back with something more compelling. Let's see. I'm pressing the button. Okay, it just says 38,000 miles. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Oops. Look at this. Look at this. This whole housing moves. That's not quality. So every time you put on a turn signal, you also feel, look, this thing jiggles. Once again, lack of quality. Now, why in China they're so happy to get Buicks, I have no idea. You know, there seems to be a decent amount of room back here. I mean, they gotta have nicer cars than this in China. So I don't know, but I mean, God bless them. At least they saved the brand, so maybe someday they'll go back to what they're best known for. Or maybe they'll shut down completely. You do have heated seats in the back. That's kind of nice. Have a couple power plugs and separate climate control. It's nice. Yeah, I mean, I know plastic wood is a thing. I mean, I'd rather have it than not, but in general, I don't know. Like, if I was driving a Chevy, there would really be nothing, like whatever's the Chevy equivalent of this, I don't remember, so I will put it up on the screen. I'm sure it shares something, or some European, I don't know if it's an Opel or something else. I mean, yeah, just the whole design is so uninspiring. Also in the back, it has decent room in the back. And it does, I think, it has power. Tailgate, yep, it does. So it's got decent, it's got these metal looking things here, which look, they're dented. Look at that. So even, well, because they're not metal, they are plastic. But then also here you have, oh, okay, garden hose, you have some storage there, some hooks. And then also look, they put door handles here for, they've even recycled part, which is fine, not a big deal, but still kind of shows, you know, cost saving. Yep. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you is, you know, this is supposed to represent, you know, your average Buick these days. You know, because they have the little one and then they have the big Enclave. And yeah, I don't know. I just hope that someday I live long enough to see normal Buick that I love, aka sedan. See you, everybody.